All right, now getting into the action right away here. Snipe Down's POV. He does grab Snipe for the side of Reciprocity. Immediately going to find Gabriel, who's aggressively pushing across bottom mid for those rockets. Also sending a player across cannon is GMS. So a pretty aggressive rush for them as we take a look at exactly how things have fallen. We're going to be momentarily 2 dead, but Goofy still starting to run. Snipe Down starting to heat up, and now will he turn 3 on Goofy? Hits the body shot and should clean up this kill. No. Goofy sneaks in for the beatdown. Going to try to get away from the sniper, and he does. Much in thanks to Fantasy, they're hitting that snipe, and they're going to actually continue this run somehow.
Yeah, this is an incredible play by Fantasy. He's able to pick up that kill. He wants his teammate to run it while he slays. But they should, because he has rockets and sniper. You see him picking up 2. This is actually going to continue into a GMS flag
Look at this.
cap.
That's a GMS flag cap in the first minute of play. What an opening from them, and what an aggressive opening. They sent a player, Gabriel, all the way across bottom middle for rockets. They sent a player across cannon immediately, and even though Snipe Down hits a double, Goofy still starts the run. Somehow, I don't know how he beat Snipe Down after Snipe Down hits the body shot.
I don't know how Snipe Down didn't get that return. I mean, after that double, that should be a guaranteed return.
Look at this.
But look, GMS is running another flag.
Goofy's about to bring this back. Take a look at exactly where he is. He's already in S1. He has help from Fantasy as well. Even if he dies, Fantasy might be able to turn around, wins the battle against Lunchbox. Going to pause momentarily. Going to go for it with no shields. Potentially a questionable play, as Ola does have a sniper on the opposite flag.
And that snipe has like 12 shots in it. If Ola is able to stay alive without getting pressured, he can stop this flag cap single-handedly. But he misses the first shot, and Goofy's able to put his head down and cap it. Veteran play by Goofy, not giving Ola an attempt at a headshot, forcing him to hit 2 straight bodies, and Ola just missed 1. And that's all it takes for GMS to take the lead 2-0.
2-0 in less than 2 minutes of play. Potentially a little bit of a shocking opening for the side of Reciprocity and any Reciprocity fans in the room. What a start for the GMS side, and like you said, Goofy knew he needed to get back in there. Puts his head straight down, goes in backwards. Ola now starting to connect, but in the end, it's 2-0 already off the break, and now Reciprocity, they need to wake up.
Andy, you might be shocked, but I knew GMS was coming into this first game. They've probably been focusing on Nero's flag for their first game of every scrim, knowing that it was that, and it pays off. They're up 2 flag caps in 2 minutes. That's a rate you never see against someone like Reciprocity. I expect Reciprocity to try and weather this storm if they win any opportunity to come back.
That's right now. Taking a look. Gabriel here alive on the Hawk, waiting for some help to come. 2 teammates there. 3 teammates, actually, all the way tucked into his flag side. Now going to turn around. All eyes back on his own flag as he turns back. Pressure coming there, though, from Lunch and Roy. But like we said, GMS is a team that even when you see names like Lunch, Roy, Pistola, Snipe Down charging at you, they're not going to back down. They're going to challenge them, and they're going to do so with confidence.
Yeah, I think it's really important for Reciprocity to just get control of the map for once. You know, we haven't really seen them in any type of control. And this is their moment. This is their moment. Pistola gets that snipe kill, and now he's finding himself with rockets, but he's in a terrible situation with a guy that's way back deep in the snipe. Those are almost impossible rockets to hit. He does waste 2. They do need to be reloaded. I want to see how GMS plays this situation.
Snipe Down able to clean up the kill on Goofy after a body shot from Roy. Lunch also cleaning up the kill there on Gabriel, but eventually Roy will fall. It's a great push by Zurka. Pushes that R2 angle and challenges the Hawk just to get that kill. He eventually will fall, but kills like that really add up.
And that kill spirals into Goofy getting a double. Because Roy's not able to peel the rest of GMS's heads off, Goofy's able to get a double, and now Goofy gets the sniper, and he's got rockets. How many times have we seen the T2 combo already in this game?
It is a favorite in this. Goofy's going to put it to use. Finds Snipe Down there coming from the flag. Stick off the wall for Goofy. Might also get a pull here. And looks like 2 dead. Yes, Goofy is going to pull what could be the 3rd and final cap.
This absolutely should be game. If GMS can play their spawns right, they know that Reciprocity is spawning cannon. All they have to do is get 1 more set of slays, and they take game 1.
Taking a look here, Roy is going to push S1. Pistola pushing S1, trying to fly up. Snipe Down, though, will fall. Let's see, Goofy is here, top middle. No one running the flag. 4 dead, though, for GMS. That is going to be a return here for Pistola, and it looks like Reciprocity will live to see another day as they stay alive in this game. There's a lot of work they need to do to get back in this match, but they've got 10 minutes to do it.
Yeah, fortunate for Reciprocity, they have plenty of time to do it. Like, it only takes a couple of set of slays to get these 2 flag caps, but they haven't been able to do it yet. And I love the play we saw from Goofy top middle. He just stopped running the flag, and he was able to get a kill. But that kill, even though they didn't get the flag cap, that 1 kill lessened the push that Reciprocity was about to be able to create. I guarantee you a counter cap was coming if Goofy didn't get that 1 kill.
Ola able to stay alive in the cannon lobby. Now look at this flag being ran back across. Fantasy had great pressure on the cannon as well. Taking a look, flag is already back to S1. Goofy's going to try to bring this back, but he finds resistance in the form of Roy, who doesn't need to finish that double because he's got help. Gets the return as well. And once again, Reciprocity hanging on. And Clutch, if I had to say, based on how things are going, their days might be numbered.
A huge blunder by GMS there. All they had to do was worry about the one guy that can, and I know it's really hard, especially when you're on the main stage for the first time, playing in the winners semifinals. It's so hard to hear that cannon lift, but somebody's got to be watching it. Like, you can't rely just strictly on your volume like you can at home. Like, that just stopped the last flag cap of the game, and it's going to give Reciprocity some life.
And I tell you what, with a team like Reciprocity, Clutch, you and I both know this, the longer you play Reciprocity in this game type, the higher chance you have to lose it. They're going to start to wake up. They're going to start to click. And if GMS wants to win, they need to do it pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. GMS needs to not start playing defense like Status Quo has been doing in that previous series we were commentating. GMS needs to keep their foot on the pedal. You cannot get caught playing not to lose. You have to play to win the game.
Absolutely. Now taking a look at Ola. Pressure coming in from the lobby. He's forced down into S1 momentarily. Still 2-0. Snipe Down, though, does have rockets off screen staying alive in his own S1.
Yeah, Snipe Down's able to pick up a kill here. They're going to be able to run this first flag, and I almost love the situation they're in to almost guarantee the cap.
Snipe Down now going to choose a lobby route. Finds a player backstage. First rocket will not connect. Forced to reload. Will sit here on the Afro momentarily as help over here at L2 and R2. Lots of presence for Reciprocity, but they're not getting the kills on the board just yet.
Yeah, the more time Snipe Down spends not pressuring and finishing these kills, the worse off it is. But he is able to push and pick off what seems to be 2 kills. He's able to get 2 kills and a guy to no shield. This should be their opportunity to run this first flag.
Roy should finally get a pull, but it's going to be a delayed one, as you see, and they're taking just a little bit too much time to get the job done, Clutch. Finally, Gabriel gets a kill on the flag as well. Lunch is now going to go for these no-scopes, and kills are coming in, but they're not coming in together enough. They're spread out, and that's giving the guys on GMS a chance to fight back. Finally, we'll see a Reciprocity pull.
GMS's ability to trade kills in a situation where you're on your back feet and the other team has rockets, snipers, and whatnot, and map control has been incredible so far. I mean, Reciprocity should have had 2 caps during that chaos, but GMS was playing scrappy enough to just pick up 1 kill, 2 kills, and then snowball it to where they could just play lockdown defense. I love that. Shows that shows that they're together and that the comms are going well. It's all good until Snipe Down starts going off with Snipe.
That's exactly it. Everyone's having a good time until Snipe Down gets a sniper rifle now. Puts together a string of some very nice kills, but you have to wonder if Snipe Down did not need to check that flag lobby. Maybe he should have just kind of pulled and forced people around the corner, but you know he's not thinking about that right now. He's instead thinking about all the headshots he's racking up, finally getting some map control, and if Snipe Down continues sniping like this, it's going to put his team in a good position to score.
Yeah, if I could have one message to GMS right now, it would be do not let Snipe Down snipe, because this game could go quickly in their favor. I mean, he's got almost 4 kills since we've been watching it on his screen. He seems so comfortable. You can tell he's starting to warm up.
Triple for Goofy on the other side, though, as he pushes in. Going to get a flag pull here, no doubt. Once again, could be the last pull of the game. You see across the map, players are spawning in cannon. They're all pushing lobby. That's going to give Goofy all green across the bottom here. Going to try to go L2 route. Nades could be coming in. They don't. He gets all the way into lobby, and he has help here. This should be it for GMS.
Yeah, this is going to be the game. If Gucci takes his time, but he does that with FFantasy. He's got to make a decision here, and he gets the cap.
Gets it. Oh, boy. You heard the reaction of the crowd there. Your heart stops for a brief moment, as you did see him die, but before doing so is able to get the cap.
Yeah, unbelievable play by Goofy. Immediately after getting the triple kill, he doesn't skip a beat. He goes straight for the flag, and he knows what GMS did that last cap. They were like, last time we were running a flag and tried to end this game, they cannoned over and got a double.
Yep.
Like, what did you see Fantasy doing? He was watching the cannon, funneling all of Reciprocity to the lobby. And as soon as you do that, you limit Reciprocity's ability and decision-making to just one lane.
Right.
And when that happens, you saw Goofy run it up top. He was able to dodge a couple nades from the Afro and turn the corner, and Fantasy was able to cap it. I mean, that shows so much just composure throughout an intense series like that. That's what GMS is feeling right now. That's exactly where they want to be.
And I have to say, interesting play there from Goofy, interesting decision as well. Because they had funneled them all cannon lobby, interesting that he would then go L2 with the flag, because there could be some pressure coming in from up top. But instead what we saw is a lot of confidence in knowing that his teammates were in the lobby. So by bringing the flag lobby, he prevents them from getting stuck at S1, right?
Yeah, there was a situation there where that was going very wrong, running it L2 instead of R2, because I almost like the R2 play better because you know Reciprocity is going to be pushing the top left side of the map. So that right nade is going to be harder.
Right.
It ended up working out for Goofy. We don't know what the comms were like, but the rest of GMS must have made it pretty evident that like that's the route.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Typically, as you saw, right, when you have that kind of top lane force, you're going to see someone go S1. But, of course, you do run into a scenario where those players who are nading from top left can kind of collapse on your S1 really easily. So by keeping the flag in lobby, as long as you have someone else in flag or lobby, it's a safe move.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a scenario there where he runs that flag snipe, dies to a couple nades, and GMS gives Reciprocity one more chance to stay in this game. And that's the last thing you want to do if you're this young gun roster trying to create an upset.
Yeah, absolutely. Now as we take a look at the scoreboard there, GMS, take a look at some of these highlights. GMS is able to not only win that game, but do so with a pretty convincing opening. Great shots there from Zurka, but, of course, Snipedown comes in to help Roy. And this is the play I'm talking about. You're going to see Snipedown pick up a kill on the power-up, and he decides to go – you could have pulled right there. You could have pulled. Instead, he goes lobby, and I also get the lobby play. Finish the kill if you can with rocks, but in the end – it led to him, the entire rush being shut down.
You know what I would have loved to see from Snipedown there? And I know we're picking and choosing now that the play's already happened, and who am I to tell Snipedown how to play Halo? But I would have loved to send him grab the flag, throw it towards the snipe, turn around, and bait it with the rockets.
Yeah,
I mean, that's probably the right play. I know it's so easy to say that now that the play is done and over, but GMS was making plays like that. Like GMS was ahead of the game, and it's almost like Snipedown was on his back feet. Even though he had map control in that situation, he was on his back feet, feeling forced to push lobby with those rockets and overslay.
Yep. Now AMTS is going to be our game number 2. Clutch, just like you and I said earlier, a game type that can play so fast. Going to get into gameplay right now as we're going to go ahead and now kick things off. Gameplay underway. Amplified is the battleground for our game number 2. Jumping on board here with Goofy. Some big plays from him in the last game.
Yeah, and they've already started up with a 3-2 lead. And that's exactly what you want. I mean, this is a game type that you can create chaos if you're GMS. This is the Slayer you probably wanted to see against a team like Reciprocity. You wanted to be able to throw Reciprocity for a loop and trade kills and come out with a late kill win.
Absolutely. Now, take a look at the scoreboard. 8-5 in favor of the GMS side. They're going to once again be happy with their opening. Now 9-5, and this is certainly an opportunity for them to pull away as they do have 2 dead momentarily. That's going to be 3 dead, but Ola as well as Snipedown make sure to push in and keep this game close. 2 dead for a second for status quo, and they're staying in this game now here, only down by 3. And like we saw last time, and really like we've seen the entire weekend, Amplified TS is such a tug-of-war map, back and forth.
It's so easy to trade kills on this game type, especially if you're rowing with in teams of 2 throughout the map. And someone that I'm glad we're watching Roy's point of view because I know he's not happy about how the last game played out. And what a better game to get Roy's shot on than Amplified Team Slayer. I mean, this is an opportunity for him to showcase why he was voted best BR multiple times. But just like that, Fantasy didn't need to out-BR him. He just had to outplay him with the assassination. And that's something you see GMS has been doing this whole series so far. And if it continues, Reciprocity is going to start getting nervous.
That's right. It's a double there for Roy. Is going to continue on, landing some shots into that pink 3 ramp. Going to get the perfect nade on Gabriel as well, keeping his team in. His back-to-back doubles for Roy as he's single-handedly dismantling the opponents as a Roy's our boy chant breaks out in the room.
Yeah, and just as I question Reciprocity being able to stay calm, what do you see them do? You see them take the lead, and you see Roy just not overextending or anything, playing his life and doing great damage.
We do have also confirmation if you're not watching that Bravo stream in your second window. Not sure why you're not. First of all, do have, I believe, a victory for Quo on the other side of the stage. That can be a 3-1 win for them to wrap up the story that we started to watch earlier. But back to the main stage here. A lead for the guys on Quo. 28-26 now is the score. Excuse me, the guys on Reciprocity. 29-26 is the score here as they start to pull away just a bit.
Roy's on a 6-kill spree right now. He's just raining terror, staying alive, fighting his individual fights and winning them against Gabriel. Huge double kill. He stays alive. Roy could possibly go on a frenzy if he can stay alive here.
And here we are, of course, no surprises at this classic throwback Halo tournament that we have a lot of Roy fans in the room. They're getting loud for him, and you know he is feeding off of the energy here on the main stage. They're up by 2. Going to try to make it 3 here. Zurka's a tough kill on the house, but he picks it up 33-30. Now finally, he'll be taken down. Fantasy will end his killing spree.
And even though Roy was almost on a killing frenzy, GMS is able to stay in the game. They're only down 2 kills. Like, Roy's sitting there probably, what is it going to take?
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, what is it going to take for us to dominate these guys?
35-33, 2-kill match between these two teams, and like we said, Amplified, a game type that does not disappoint in terms of a close match. So hard to pull away from your opponents due to the speed that this game type is played at and the tough spawns. Ola's trying to get sneaky there on pink 2. Not going to happen. Gabriel pushing through bottom middle all the way back to gold, being all over this map, also catching Snipe down off guard, trying to get back into this game. They're down by only 3, and like you said, Clutch, they're staying in the match.
Yeah, and just like Gabriel predicted exactly what the play Snipe down was going to make. And more times out of not, GMS has been right on the way they want to predict Reciprocity. It's almost like they've been studying their film and they know how they want to play certain situations. And now it's only it's 10 kills left in the game and it's neck and neck.
Look at that, 42-40 now. Goofy trying to clean up his kill on bottom middle. Lunchbox going to leave that. We'll see if Goofy is able to get away. Yes, indeed. Pistola is the one to finish the kill. Here's what we talked about. This is your turning point in the match. These next few kills will likely decide it. 44-40. That's 4 kills unanswered for Reciprocity, and they're not stopping here. Look at Sniped out. Top middle control for him as well. Continuing to pin their opponents in the back of the base. Big kill for Goofy, though. Keeps it a 5-kill game.
Yeah, that 5-kill lead is so monumental when it comes to Amplified Team Slayer. All it takes is a couple more kills, and Reciprocity is right back in the series, tying it up 1-1. But Pistola's got to be careful. And what does he do when he's staying alive? He's doing exactly what Pistola's known for doing.
Ola loves his position. We were talking about it earlier. Gets 1 kill there. Looks like 48-45. 2 kills to go for him. Lunchbox now challenging. Sees his twin brother there down. Going to have to push 1 kill to go here for Reciprocity. Snipe down, looking for Zurka on the house. He has help. Here's Gabriel as well. No, not over. 49-48. 1 kill to go here. Only 1 kill. Also separating these two. Pistola could fall here. Pressure coming in. And things will slow down. Looking for this last kill. Yes, indeed. Roy picks it up. The room gets loud. And that's going to be a win for Reciprocity, and a big one as they avoid going down 2-0 in the series. And my oh my, not an easy game 2 for them.
Oh, not an easy game at all. I thought that was an incredible play by Gabriel when you saw it on Pistola's screen to dodge that pre-nade that he knew Pistola was about to throw.
Look at the stats.
And Roy with a 17-8. I'm telling you, that was the exact game type Roy probably wanted to see after a rough game 1. I mean,
Roy is the only player on his team going positive, and he does it in a 17-8 fashion.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't underplay Lunchbox going 13, 14, and 14. Like, yeah, that's a neg 1, but I made a career off going 13, 14, and 14. And that, I guarantee you, was a great gameplay. You saw Lunchbox stayed alive in that one fight when he got the double and got another player, Goofy, weak, bottom middle. He decided not to over-challenge, but to stay alive. And guess what? That game came down to a 2-kill margin. I mean, It's plays like that come out to make the biggest difference in series like this.
Absolutely. And, back and forth game. Let's take a look at the skill shot replay. Back and forth match the entire game. It was another great opening for GMS. But by the halfway point, Reciprocity had a pretty comfortable, consistent 3-kill lead throughout the entire game. I mean, don't forget, we're going to see it in the highlights, but GMS was down 46-41 and brought that game back to 49-48. But in the end, it's the veteran experience on the side of Reciprocity that's going to be able to close out that game. Here we saw still a 3-kill game at this point in the match.
Yeah, and Pistola, once again, just how much do we know him for just staying alive in the most crucial moments? And he was one shot, Carside Red. And what did he do? He dodged an aid. He didn't over-challenge, which is really easy to do in the chaos of a 49-49, 49-48 game like that. But what does he do here? He stays alive. And that enables – he doesn't try to force the play that he can't make. He allows his teammates to make the play and trusts them to finish off the game in their favor.
Absolutely. In the end there, it's going to be the guys on Reciprocity closing it out. Score of 50-49, like we said. Amplified TS at this skill level, always going to be a very close game. This one, of course, no different as we head into game number 3, Oddball on Guardian. These two teams tied 1 apiece.
Yeah, and I think Guardian Ball, like I was saying, is a great game type. I mean, this whole series layout's great for GMS. And I think they're probably really happy. I don't know Reciprocity's strong game types. I'm sure they're dominant at all 11, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's no surprise those guys are veterans, and I mean, just how good they are at Halo, they don't have bad game types. But like GMS probably does favor certain game types. They probably would want to play a Guardian Ball other than a Construct King against a team like Snipe Down and Roy going off with power weapons and power ups.
Absolutely. Now getting ready to jump into the gameplay right now. Kicking things off here with Lunchbox. We'll go ahead and get that label updated for you. As it looks like, looks to me like a false start there. You saw Zurka sitting back S2, not moving at all. And that means that's going to be a false start. So we're going to get that match restarted there on the main stage. But like we talked about, these two teams now coming in, and what a difference this series is in. Because if you looked at, imagine this was a 2-0 GMS. I mean, we were 1 kill away from it happening. This could be such a different series. But now both teams, especially the side of Reciprocity, you can take a breath, get ready for this game number 3, Guardian Oddball. This will be the go-ahead game in the series, of course. But each team could play this a little bit more conservative rather than needing to play it super aggressive.
Yeah, I think you're completely right about that. I think Reciprocity got their feet on the ground in that last game. And although it wasn't pretty, they still got the win. And they don't care about getting pretty wins. They care about winning. I know those guys. Like, they're willing to do just about anything and have that mindset that I don't care if it was a 5-4, every game went to overtime. Like, as long as we came out on top, we're all right. And that's going to really calm them down and slow the game down, which is huge for players like Pistola to be able to just maneuver around the map the way he wants to.
Absolutely. And, of course, like we talked about, the guys on this roster just so talented, but they've so far, I think, have been maybe a little bit surprised on just how well the side of GMS is playing. Certainly in game number 1, the GMS boys looked so strong, and I believe if you're on the side of Reciprocity, they're going to continue to really take their opponent seriously, especially on a Guardian Ball. These guys are going to bring it, right? We're curious to see exactly how they're going to play it, because if we see the same aggression that we saw on Narrows, you could see some really great pushes from the likes of Zurka, Gabriel, Fantasy, and Goofy.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying before this series started, Zurka, this is his favorite game type. I know it for a fact. Like, the way he can just, pester teams and, apply unnecessary pressure while staying alive and just be annoying and not allow Reciprocity to get the exact push they want. I mean, that can throw a team off completely, and that's what he's going to have to do against a team like Reciprocity, like the veteran leadership that they bring to the table. I mean, I almost expect Reciprocity to put the foot on the gas pedal now, because they kind of weathered the storm that GMS was bringing, and they were able to squeeze out game 2. I can't wait to see what Lunchbox brings to us in game 3.
Lunch is going to fly right to camo. Pre-nades gold, no pressure there. Also going to get a free camo. Looks like good pressure from his teammates all the way up towards S3. Zurka was ready for the camo push, but they pushed Zurka right back, and it's going to be an immediate grab for the side of Reciprocity. Camo is in hand as well. Taking a look at exactly where that sniper rifle ended up. It's going to be in the hands of Ola.
And a great push by GMS. They have to get that snipe out of Ola's hand, but Lunchbox is still going on a tear with camo. And I mean, I love this play out of me. Lunchbox is doing exactly what I thought Zurka would be doing, like applying pressure to areas of the map that GMS is not going to expect it. That's something Lunchbox is also really, really known for, is being in places where, honestly, he probably should be, but you wouldn't think he would be there.
Right. Now, Lunchbox will eventually fall to Goofy. Some teamwork there out of GMS to shut him down all the way out at camo, but it's a great body shot from Snipe Down to pick up a double. Has pressure at S3. Not sure exactly where that sniper rifle ended up. Looks like, yes, it's in the hands of the guys on GMS. So Goofy doesn't get the best toss on the ball, but eventually it will get down to bottom green.
And GMS has 3 people bottom green right now. One of them actually goes down, and Fantasy's in some trouble. I want to see him play this ball at the very least, because if he doesn't, and Reciprocity's able to get a good push, they're going to have a full setup and a sniper, but Fantasy bails on the ball, but does stay alive with a snipe.
Not sure how he's able to do it, but it's certainly a good snipe rotation for him. Ball's actually going to be played, and he's going to stay alive and watch these blue and gold and barrels angles. Going to move in on Ola, does not get the first melee, connects on the shot. Pressure coming in, though, from Roy. Going to force the drop down. Somehow still staying alive and might be able to pick up this kill. Looks like Snipe Down eventually takes him down, and a double for him as well.
Yeah, Snipe Down's got like 3 doubles already this game. He's dominating, and GMS still has the lead. Like, I would be getting so frustrated if I was a Reciprocity member and I'm playing this well, but we're not able to, like, get anything out of it. And Fantasy dropping a triple kill. This is an opening for GMS to get some more ball time and really put Reciprocity on their back heels once again.
Just like we saw earlier, Fantasy knowing exactly where he needed to push, flies across top mid to finish the kill in bottom green. Gabriel now with the camo gets a nice kill on Pistola and does not get a melee taken there on the trade. So that's going to allow him to just continue pushing across top middle. Look at this. Just so annoying to play against a player who's bouncing around camo to gold to bottom gold. Going to go for this jump. Let's see if he can tee it up. Like we talked about earlier, it's a harder jump in MCC. It's not as easy as it was on the Xbox 360. Now Gabriel here, continuing at top gold. Stays alive, maybe gets a stick on lunch. Yes, he does. Continuing to cause trouble for Reciprocity at gold.
Yeah, this is huge. He's just being a nuisance while his teammates are pretty much able to go wherever they want to on the map. I mean, Pistola got caught with his pants down under glass because Gabriel played that camo play so smart. He didn't challenge the guy top gold. Instead, he kind of went to camo, then he relocated to bottom gold and just messed with Reciprocity the whole time. And you know Reciprocity's focused on him the entire time. They're like, where is Gabriel? And they couldn't find him.
And this is a pretty weird last minute and a half we've seen Clutch. Not a lot of ball time added up at all. Really, both teams just simply trying to get control. Play on the sniper, I believe. Gabriel does toss it off, so that sniper will be out of play. But like we talked about, both teams are actually playing a pretty conservative and defensive Guardian ball, not wanting to make the mistake and instead preferring to have a lot of slaying control before they get the objective.
Yeah, this is a really interesting way to play Guardian ball from both teams. I mean, both teams are having trouble getting any kind of control. It's more of like who can win their one-on-ones where and what's going to come of it. And they're just getting 5 to 10 seconds of scrappy ball time every so often. But I mean, it's 33 to 32, and we're about 5 minutes into this game.
I was going to say that's it was about 23 to 16 for about 4.5 minutes, I think. And now finally we're at a game of 42 to 32. So, but just about a 10-point game here as we approach the 10:30 mark on that scoreboard. That ball will be reset once again. It does come top middle. Zurka here flying in to try to help with that camo grab off screen. I do believe Goofy's the one who gets takedown and burns it.
Yeah, Goofy actually did get that burn, which honestly was a great burn for Reciprocity because GMS had control of gold. Reciprocity didn't really have an angle to fight for it, so they're completely content with trading with Goofy there. And this is exactly what Pistola wants to see. He wants to see a bunch of people trying to desperate snipe with, backs him down. This is an opportunity for Reciprocity to grab the ball and bring it to green.
Let's see now Ola trying to decide if he needs to be the one to push. Instead, no, it's going to be Roy who brings that ball to bottom green. Not sure if the ball was reset, or if he was able to get that toss off, or it looks like it will actually stay bottom green. No, I'm sorry, stand corrected. It will be reset indeed in the end. Pistola gets a death stick at back S2 before saying goodbye as well. There's a pull there, though, from GMS. They bring the ball back green. Gabriel now has control.
Yeah, that's a crucial ball run to green right there, because that's going to buy them another 15 seconds of ball time, because no one on Reciprocity was watching the ball top middle for a couple of seconds.
That's 3 dead. Ola the only one alive here at Snipe, and Fantasy knows it. He pushes in a killing spree for Fantasy to pick up that kill now as they have a comfortable lead here. About 60 now to 34 on the board. Snipe control, several shots left in the sniper rifle. Gabriel holding now ball high elbow. Fantasy's under pressure, so teammates are going to need to push up. Roy is flying at S3 right now. Snipe down, about to lift as well.
Yeah, and that was an opportunity for GMS to really run away with this game, right? Like, if Fantasy's able to set up and get a couple of snipes, GMS's lead all of a sudden turns from like 25, 30 seconds to about a minute. And in Guardian Ball, when you have a minute lead, it's almost impossible to come back.
Anytime you're watching the POVs, especially on the Reciprocity side, make sure to keep an eye on these picture-in-picture cameras. You just saw Roy head on a swivel, looking at his teammates' screens almost more than he's even watching his own screen.
Yeah, and that's something that he feels so comfortable doing because of the experience he had. I was never one of those guys that could like screen watch like the Snakebite, like the Roys. But I mean, if you can pull that off, you have so much more information than anyone else in the game. I mean, Roy, he's playing out of his mind and still down by 17.
It's a big push there on top gold. A good sequence of events. If you're a GMS fan, they get the camo as well as 2 key kills at gold. 2 dead momentarily for the side of Reciprocity.
Yeah, and the last time Reciprocity was in that situation, they were able to make GMS burn the camo, but they weren't able to. Gabriel was able to stay alive, and now it's starting to bite them in the back.
Gets that, somehow Gabriel gets the Falcon punch, sends Snipe down's body flying 16 maps over. 80 to 41 is the score in favor of GMS. Now Roy pushing out high elbow, going to try to force this ball off if he can. Yes, indeed, Zurka wisely plays the ball because he was also weak. He will fall immediately, but not before the ball being reset.
If you're Reciprocity, you need to slow this game down. I mean, there's 7 minutes and 45 seconds left. You only have 41 seconds of ball time. You need to slow the game down, get some kills, and try and get a blue set up, and try and get some real time, and try and put GMS on a spawn trap for a second, because the way this chaotic game's going, it's working in GMS's favor.
Absolutely. Roy finally pushes 2 players down bottom, as well as pushing Goofy back at gold. That's going to give them an opportunity to now bring the ball back to S2 and potentially put some points on the board. He's forced to push Gabriel bottom middle. Gabriel has help coming through, though, so instead, Gabriel somehow gets out of there. Pretty lucky as his teammate sacrifices his life for him.
Yeah, but that was a big kill by Roy to be able to trade, even though he got put in that tough situation, because he didn't really have a way to kill Gabriel. But the other member of GMS kind of gave his life for Gabriel's.
Yeah.
But Roy's comfortable with that trade just because
I'll take it.
Gabriel was weak, so he's still weak, and Roy killed the full shield guy. So it kind of worked out in Roy's favor there.
It certainly did there. But in terms of points on the board, Reciprocity only has 5 points in that last minute. That said, GMS hasn't been high scoring in the last minute of play either, but that just means that the score margin will stay here at about 40 points.
And GMS is going to try and rotate this ball, but Snipe Down does too much. And I mean, those are huge misses because now GMS has the ball at gold. They're going to be able to pick up this camo. And you got to wonder what Reciprocity is doing about these camos. It's really going to determine the outcome of this game.
Look at this. Gabriel knows he needs to stay alive. Nades come into Garden, though. So he's going to have to get out of there. Once again, tiptoes his way into safety. Shields will come back. Roy is checking every corner for him. Gabriel gets a jump on him, waiting for Nades to come through, and eventually brother Lunchbox will come to finish that kill. 96-53 on the scoreboard. 6 minutes of play left in the game.
And that BR fight with Roy and Gabriel speaks so much volume to Roy's legacy. I mean, the ability to get shot a couple times by a camo guy, turn, get him to one-shot, back him down, and then let his teammate. I mean, Gabriel could have determined the outcome of this game right then and there. He could have gotten a double kill because he was behind enemy lines with camo. But no, Roy made the play to get the camo guy weak and was able to. They were able to kill him, and now it gives Reciprocity another chance to come back.
Here we see now 103-57 is the score. Lunch now holding at back green. Those nades do not connect. We'll see now he's going to be able to play it. Get on the stump real quick. That ball will be reset as well. Ola with presence here at gold. Roy does not make the S1 to S2 jump there. Unfortunately gets clipped a bit, so he'll be off the map. It's a great nade, though, from Ola on Goofy to shut that down, but it's also a great play by GMS to send 2 players green. You have to be able to send 2 players green because when you do lose your ball carrier in that scenario, you get all this extra time and the ability to rotate to high elbow.
Yeah, and Reciprocity's missing their opening to push after Ola got that nade kill because that allows GMS's setup to be able to be broken, but Reciprocity was too weak. They weren't in a position to be able to capitalize on that ball kill, and GMS still holds the setup.
Yes, they do now. Look at this Zurka ready to drop and shoot at any time. He has teammates here at S3 as well as green as well as top camo. It's a great set of angles for them, and they'll be able to continue controlling, especially with a slight man advantage. Make that a 2-man advantage now as both Lunch and Roy will fall. Look at Zurka. Immediately when he sees that Fantasy falls a snipe, he's ready for the play ball or a rotate here at back green.
Yeah, GMS is playing this situation to a T. He wants to get the ball set up to gold, and it looks like he's able to do it. If GMS is able to watch top middle here.
Camo control once again. This in the hands of Gabriel. Look at this. Smaller camo here. Man, great string of plays here. Looks like the guys on Reciprocity are desperately going to try to bring this ball out. It's great call out and awareness there from Gabriel to try to get that 180 kill. Lets Ola get away with a sniper rifle, though, at S2. So this game is far from over, but quite a commanding lead for the side of GMS.
And look at Zurka playing sneaky top middle, just crouching, taking his time going to S3. And I want to see if this push pays off. 2 members from GMS go down, 3 members from GMS go down. This is Reciprocity's opportunity.
Absolutely. Now as we take a look back, it's a big battle there. You see Goofy unhappy with how that went down. So Ola now going to be watching this back snipe area. He has Lunch here as well, and they do have another player. That's Roy at camo.
Yeah, Pistola has got to be the man right now. I mean, he knows GMS is pushing top middle. He's got to hit these shots if Reciprocity has any chance. There's only 3 minutes left in this game. GMS has a 70-point lead. They have to start making individual plays if they have any chance of coming back.
Ola's still watching this front blue. Ball is not in hand right now. Take note of that on your screen. Goes for the shot on Gabriel. Does hit the body shot, so he will be able to continue here. killing spree for Pistola, continuing to now to watch the gold angle as well, but 2 teammates will fall. That's going to be Roy and Lunch there. Only Snipe Down and Ola left at back Snipe 2.
And GMS is going to be content with playing a stalemate game right now because every second that comes off the clock is another second that Reciprocity is not getting the ball. And as soon as that gets down to about 60 seconds, this game's over. Mathematically impossible. And GMS can take the lead in this series. I didn't know it would go down like this, but, I mean, Reciprocity, they'd almost have to play perfect Halo from this situation on to win this game.
It's a great shot from Lunch there on the body shot, but look at the presence that GMS has on camo. They're going to get this camo as well as we take a look. Still up there, Zurka actually has a ball in hand all the way at barrels. We're going to see a camo grab, I believe, for Fantasy. Yes, indeed, and this really is going to secure the deal for them.
Absolutely. I think this game is over, Andy. I mean, the difference in this game has been the camo control. It's as simple as that. I'm not sure who GMS's coach is, and I'm not sure who's the one that's actually calling out the camo times, but it's affecting every time GMS has had camo. They've been able to make great plays like that and just buy enough time. GMS has played this Guardian ball game so scrappy to a T. They made it so difficult for Reciprocity to ever hold a setup, and they've won this game.
They have. Look at that. As we take a look here, only 1:30 left on the clock, and such a deficit for the other side of Reciprocity. I think the Reciprocity side knows that they're going to take the foot off the gas a little bit too here as we become mathematically impossible for a Reciprocity comeback.
Yeah, and if I'm Reciprocity, what's going through your head right now? I mean, you did not see yourself going down 2-1 to this GMS roster. Not like this. Not in a dominant Guardian ball game. I know the series isn't over, and Heretic flag is a staple in Halo, so I expect Reciprocity to be able to bounce back, and we saw them win the Amplified game. Are they going to be able to win the next game that only has the BRs in it? I think that's going to be telling. I think Roy's BRs once again in Game 4 going to be able to come back and make a play, but GMS looks so good right now.
That's right. You're seeing good sportsmanship here from both sides as they'll continue to play this game out, despite the fact that, as we said, mathematically impossible for a Reciprocity comeback. Of course, only 40 seconds left, but a 110-point difference on the board will be really our final official score. Geez, Snipe down here hits that no scope as well, even though it's not going to make a difference in the game. Still showing off here for the crowd in St. Louis.
Yeah, but these are confidence builder shots for the next game,
true.
right? It's like, all right, I'm warmed up. I'm playing well. Hitting shots like that, I really can't make a difference as far as your confidence goes, because you really did just you got played on Guardian Ball, and how are you going to rebound from it? I think that bodes well. I mean, he goes on a killing spree, so we're going to subtract 5 kills from whatever Snipe Down stats were at the end of this game.
You have to. That's going to do it, folks. GMS wins our game number 3. They go up 2-1 in the series. Let's hear a round of applause for them as they are looking strong in this tournament so far. In the end, it was Zurka who led the team in the objective category.
Reciprocity being a lot of people's favorites at this tournament. And, I mean, rightfully so, right? I mean, they're so dominant throughout their Halo careers. You see a +9. That's out of Snipe Down. He went +4. I'm going to take that away from him. Still a solid game, though. It's not like it was the difference between a negative and a positive game. He's still playing well. I think all of Reciprocity individually looks like they're playing pretty well. They just are having a hard time with the way GMS is playing these game types.
That's right. I think, like we said, GMS, a team that is going to come out not only strong and capable, but specifically they're coming out aggressive. Their strategies are intentional, and they're really applying the pressure in a way that Reciprocity may not have seen yet this weekend. And I think if there's one way to describe the way that GMS is playing, I think they're really on the same page, and it's showing.
Absolutely. It's an unorthodox play style, but as long as you're on the same page, it's going to work. And we saw that so far in this series. I mean, that could have been a 3-0 sweep in GMS's favor if things had gone a little bit differently on Amplified.
Yeah, and a very little bit differently is all we needed, of course, because keep in mind that game 2 being so close and contested there. A 50-49 victory in the end. Taking a look at some highlights from that game number 3.
Yeah, I know we're talking about GMS this whole time, but it's still Reciprocity. It's still Roy. It's still Lunchbox. It's still Pistola and Snipe Down. I would never count them out. I don't care. If they're down, I don't care if they're down 3 games in a best-of-7. Yeah, I'm still nervous about GMS's chances in this series. I'm gonna be honest.
Absolutely.
Even though they played so dominant right there, Reciprocity knows that they're still in this series.
Right.
And like I said at the beginning, you only got to win 2 more games.
That's it.
Game by game.
Yeah, and I think we are thinking the same thing. I think viewers at home and in the room are thinking the same thing as well, that when you think about the talent that's on this Reciprocity side, I don't think of them as being one game away from losing the series. I'm kind of thinking that they're 2 games away from winning the series.
Yeah, absolutely. And GMS and the game types that we've been given, they've been able to kind of play an unorthodox playstyle and kind of create chaos within the game types. But Heretic Flag is a lot more difficult to do that on than a Guardian Bull. I think Heretic Flag is pretty standard. You want to run the flag one of 2 different directions. You want to control certain power positions and power places on the map. And I think that's going to bode well for Reciprocity's chances to take this to a Game 5.
Absolutely. Of course, GMS there looking good. They do close out that game number 3, actually, in that final score. Excuse that last graphic. They are up there 2 now to 1 in the series, only 1 game away as we get ready for our game number 4. And potentially game number 5 if Reciprocity can win this next one.
If we can get another Game 5, like there's some kind of like voodoo we have going, because I swear
it's good voodoo.
Every time we cast together, it's Game 5, and it goes down to a nail biter. So why not now?
You know what they call good voodoo? Good juju. That's what we got, Clutch. Here we go. Game number 4 coming up. It's going to be capture the flag on Heretic, a very fast-paced game type. We're going to see, and I tell you what, Reciprocity is going to want to play this very controlled, very methodical, get these flag pulls when they have perfect slays. It's not going to be easy because we're going to see the side of GMS playing really aggressive and constantly on the flank.
Yeah, I expect Pistola specifically to go off this game. I mean, he's known for like his little plasma tricks too, so that it only enhances stuff on Heretic.
That's right, especially if you're a Reciprocity fan here, what you want to see from this squad is really confident pulls, as well as simply really pushing that objective play. It's a great double there from Ola up in pink 2. Might make it a triple, yes indeed. Triple kill to kick things off from Pistola as he'll eventually die. But Goofy, the confidence flying straight at Roy.
Yeah, if Goofy can win his one-on-one against Roy, I think that gives GMS a great chance to close this series out right here.
Look at this, Goofy now flying out. Pistola opens up with a triple. Goofy doesn't care. Already now with the car run, brings this flag right back and caps the flag in 41 seconds.
GMS picking up right where they left off in that Guardian game, and they cap another flag in under a minute. That's 2 games in a row on Capture the Flag where they've been able to get a flag cap in under a minute.
Fantasy tries to go for a car 2 push. Did not know he was going to run into 3 members of the Reciprocity squad, so that'll still be here 1-0 after 1 minute of play. But as I was saying, if you're on the Reciprocity side, you want to see them pulling some risky pulls. Don't necessarily wait for your 2-3 dead. If you have 1 player down and the positioning is right, they need to be pulling that flag.
Yeah, you're right. They need to be in position to pull the flag while they're getting the kills, Bravo. We saw that in Narrows where Snipe Down kind of tried to overslay. Reciprocity might be overthinking it too much in the series and might be trying to overslay in situations where they can start playing unorthodox themselves.
Yep, they need to remember, of course, the sheer talent and knowledge on this Reciprocity roster. They can get away with some pretty crazy things themselves. That's 3 dead for the moment for GMS as Reciprocity looks to get control here of Pink. But Gabriel, last player alive for a second, stays alive all the way up here. Look at the flank he gets on Pink 2.
And instead of just staying in Pink 2 and kind of baiting Reciprocity to come up, what does he do? He backs up, he jumps on his nerd, and he goes around and catches 2 members from Reciprocity off guard. It's plays like that they're going to be able to close this series out if you're on GMS.
And look at that. Shoots the flag carrier, also calls out Snipe Down in his base. That leads to that kill. Finally, Ola takes him down, but it's a really solid play there from Gabriel.
And Ola able to do so much damage there in P2. He not only gets the kill onto Gabriel, but is able to deal damage to the next guy. And that's something that's so important on a game type like Heretic where everyone's just got BRs. But huge shots out of Zurka. Snipe Down jumps out the window for no reason, and Zurka's able to lead the shots perfectly and get the kill. GMS has had Pink control for what seems like the past minute and a half.
Gotta say, Zurka, I mean, exuding nothing but confidence there. When Snipe Down's jumping out of a base window to take you down, you can see how steady Zurka's shot was that entire time. Even though he's slowly backing up on the fadeaway, cleans up that kill, made it look easy.
Yeah, for his first winter semifinals, he's not nervous at all. You can see it in his shot, just like you said, steady as it comes. And that's what I kind of expected out of him, because the confidence that he displays online, that's going to transfer from lane. Let me tell you about something about confidence.
Look at Ola here, though, as he's bringing this flag. He's already rounded the corner. He's about to get this cap in. Yes, indeed, brings it home and ties up the game here 1-1. Reciprocity answering back, making sure to not go down by 2 flags. It's a nice stick for Ola on the street as well.
I said Pistola does wonky stuff with the plasma nades, and what do you see? You see him nah, I'm not going to fight you. I'm just going to stick you in the face, back up, don't blow me up. And now it looks like Reciprocity is going to be able to run a second flag.
Roy and Lunch are here on the flag with Ola. Looks like Lunchbox and Zurka will trade. Fantasy great shots from the bubble to stop that pull. Flag will be returned and will stay at 1-1.
Yeah, if I were Reciprocity, I don't know if I would have tried to run that one car, but I thought that they probably thought that they had the advantage there. But GMS's defense, especially on capture the flag games, has looked so strong. I can't speak enough to how great this GMS team has been doing at weathering the storm of Reciprocity's power-up control or power position control.
Absolutely. Now we're about 4 minutes into the game. GMS continuing to apply pressure to their opponent's base. Ola will fall. He'll be the first one to go down. Now Snipe Down falls. It's a 4v2, 4v3. Make that 3 dead for Reciprocity. Last player alive is Roy. He was front base. Now he's dead. 4 dead momentarily. Ola is up pink 1. They're spawning pink 1. And looks like this will be another cap for GMS.
Yeah, and Reciprocity vouching to try and get map control instead of trying to desperate and stop that cap. I like that play. It shows that Reciprocity is still comfortable giving up that second cap and knowing that they have what it takes to get another cap and come back in this game and in the series.
Look at Fantasy playing defense here against Ola, laying down some very good shots. Somehow stays alive, but Pistola gets the best of him. However, it's Gabriel who's there to finish the job. They're going to want to continue this run, though, will the side of Reciprocity. Snipe Down gets all the way back to pink 1, somehow stays alive. Lunchbox is there. Lunchbox now jumping up on the Eli. Should be able to cap here. Shots do come in, but they do not connect. Tied up 2-2 here.
We talked about Snipe Down's blunder of the flag run in Narrows. That was an amazing flag route he decided to take. He didn't run it out pink side. He decided to run it right to his teammate that was pink 1. He knew he was probably going to die, but if he could get it to Lunchbox, that they were going to get that cap. Great objective play out of Snipe Down right there.
Somehow that melee right there waffle boarded away by Goofy, but he will eventually get taken down after staying alive at the lift. Fantasy here with some help in pink number 2. Frags are bouncing in. Those do not connect, though. Here tied 2-2. It's a little bit of madness in pink 2. Desperately trying to find out where his opponent is on the pink street. A little bit lost there. And finally, it's Snipe Down who sneaks around. Spider-Man's down. Picks up that kill. It's going to be a double for him.
Yeah, this whole time GMS had pink control, but they weren't doing anything with it. They weren't able to push into the base. You saw Reciprocity almost got a flag cap there as GMS held pink 2 control. That usually never happens.
Absolutely not. Zurka is pushed down to the bottom of the base. Snipe Down's not done yet. Picks up a killing spree after a very nice string of strategic kills here. He's here with Ola on the side. Lunchbox pushing in from the car as well. Snipe Down is in. They're going to start a car run here. Lunchbox with car 3 control. Zurka gets that unlucky car 2 spawn. However, look at this. Snipe Down head on a swivel, picking up each of these kills.
Yeah, Zurka single-handedly stopping that cap, and I'm not sure if he spawned there or not, but the fact that he was able to stay alive, not over-challenge, and kind of just do damage while not forcing any kills, it stopped any chance Reciprocity had at that flag run. I mean, Reciprocity still has maintained map control and is going to allow this one, but Zurka did buy enough time.
Look at Roy now bringing this across. Who is in position on the other side to get the stop? No one is. This is going to be another cap, and the go-ahead cap for the side of Reciprocity, and this room's starting to get real loud. Certainly a Reciprocity crowd in the building clutch.
Yeah, great flag runs by Reciprocity. They're really starting to step up their objective play this game. They're not overslaying. Like what you were talking about, Andy, you wanted to see Reciprocity start to pull flags without having to get all 4 dead, and that's exactly what we just witnessed.
There, here you go, and they're going to do it again as they get ready for a pink 1 run. Pistola is watching his back on the Eli and the Needle now, flying into pink 2. Zurka trying to desperately get a stop, but there's a lot of presence here from Pistola and Lunch. Lunch wants to make it 4. He dies on the Eli. Gabriel's getting pushed back as well. Is there anyone in their position? Let's see. Goofy tries to bring that flag in. Looks like there is a pull momentarily.
And Ola is able to get the touch. I love that play out of Pistola. Huge win. You know what he did there? He stopped mid-fight to make sure that the return didn't happen and to secure the cap. What a play by Pistola. What a heads up. I mean, that's why he's so special.
Look at that brilliant play out of him, a veteran move. Roy eventually will fall on the car, but you saw him getting loud. Zurka, though, answering back. Flag is all the way back on the Eli. Now they're going to cap as well. Stake keeping this game close. A few cheers here from the GMS side of the crowd. 1 flag game with about 7 minutes left in the match here. Now Goofy trying to back-to-back cap again. We saw them do it in the beginning of the game. They might do it again.
This is unbelievable. Once again, GMS making the game unorthodox and scrappy. But a huge kill from Snipe Down. Can he get the return? No. It's up to GMS to come back to their base.
Look at this now. Roy trying to fly in. Ola gets a double kill again. He's all over the map, folks. Will he get the return? No!
It looks like GMS is going to be able to get this cap. Snipe down is not in position.
Oh
Lunchbox
my
not in
gosh.
position. And Fantasy comes in at the last second and gets the touch and the cap. This game is tied 4-4.
Here we go. One flag to go for each team. We've effectively entered sudden death for the remainder of the map. Only one more cap will end the match.
Every kill and death matters here. And Goofy goes down, flying out of Pink 2, Pistola Pink 2. This is not what you want if you're a GMS fan. If you're a Reciprocity fan and you want to see a Game 5, this is exactly what you want. You want Pistola flying at the GMS roster, dealing damage and staying alive.
Right here, he's got a lot of players weak in the base. Roy picks up one of the kills. He knows there's more players here right around the Eli corner. He can't push in just yet, needs a little bit more help. As you see, Lunchbox comes and pushes in as well. That's their second kill. Let's see if they can pick this up. Now it's a 4v2. If they could trade here, it's now a 3v2.
And Lunchbox with the flank, the double kill, and the flag run. All they have to do is slay one more time.
Oh, it's a big kill for Fantasy, but they should have the defense here in the base as that flag comes in. No, not finished just yet, but there's several players there. Ola brings the flag in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a game number 5.
And I could have predicted it before the series. Like I'm saying, Andy, every time it's us two, it's a Game 5, and I can't wait. It's Pit Slayer. I love Pit Slayer as the Game 5 because it turns into a stalemate, and everyone's blood starts pumping. It gives it a chance to slow down.
Ola 29 and 17. On top of that, a series of very clutch plays to keep that objective alive. Almost also gets a game-winning return earlier. Big numbers from him and big assists from the rest of his team. 19 assists for Roy, 16 for Snipe Down, 15 for Lunchbox.
Yeah, I said it. Like, I wanted to see Pistola go off that game, and what does he do? He ends up clutching it several times. Not only were his stats good, the plays he was making were incredible. It's one thing to have good stats. It's a whole other thing to play like Pistola just played.
Like you said, to be in the middle of a BR battle in your own base with the flag effectively right in front of you, shooting around it, to know that you had a teammate lifting and to pick up the flag mid-fight to keep that thing alive. A huge play from him to secure that cap. And in the end, it wasn't easy, but they close out the game 5-4. And we're going to a game number 5.
I don't think any game is going to be easy when it's these two teams going against each other, Andy. I mean, the level of Halo that we're seeing is so high. It's actually blowing my mind. Like, that Pistola play literally won his team the game, and the awareness that he had to have in a moment that was so chaotic. I mean, that's why Pistola is who he is, the national champion he is, the multi-tournament winner he is, the MVP he is. I mean, it's plays like that that separate great players from legendary players.
Absolutely. Now you're taking a look here. Here's Ola's play right here. Look at this. Picks up the flag, gets the touch, and then gets the kill on Fantasy.
If he chooses to shoot Fantasy one more time instead of picking that flag up, that's a return, and that's not a cap. And GMS double capped off that anyway, so GMS would have had the lead in that game. I mean, we can't speak volumes for that one play, and that's what these series come down to. They come down to that one play that Pistola makes.
Absolutely. Now back and forth, these two teams. Take a look at this. If you're just joining us, we're tied 2-2. GMS wins that first. CTF narrows 3-0. Reciprocity narrowly answering back 50-49 on AmpTS. Thereafter, you saw Oddball Guardian go the way of GMS with pretty commanding victory, 191-95, and you just saw Reciprocity close out Heretic CTF 5-4. Another narrow win. So like you said, this series could have ended several times now for GMS. All that Reciprocity has secured is a 50-49 AmpTS and a 5-4 Heretic game. And they need to bring everything they've got for game number 5 because their wins have not been easy.
It's funny we talk about this because, like, in the Narrows game when GMS was up 2-0, like, you're leaving the door open. You're leaving the door open for Reciprocity to win this series, like this game.
Yep.
GMS just left the door open again.
They did.
You leave the door open against a team like Reciprocity like this too many times, and Reciprocity is going to take advantage.
Absolutely. And all they need is an inch. All they need is that one kill difference on Amp. All they need is the one flag opportunity on Heretic, and they'll do it.
You give them an inch, they take a mile.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've seen it 100 times.
It's true. This is how it plays out for these guys. So much veteran experience on the side of Reciprocity. And we're getting ready for game number 5. Clutch, we couldn't ask for anything different or wanted this series to go any other way. Pit Slayer is going to be the one that decides it between these two teams.
I'm really looking for Reciprocity to try and have more power-up and power weapon control in this game type because on Guardian, they didn't have one single camo. They cannot play this game not getting one single overshield or not one single rocket. They have to start focusing on the power weapons. GMS is too individually skilled and gifted of players to to just give power-ups and expect to beat them.
Here we go. Game number 5, GMS versus Reciprocity. 2 wins apiece. And now here, only 1 game separates them from the next round of this tournament. Of course, both teams want to stay in the winner's bracket.
And as I say, it's important for Reciprocity to get overshields. They don't send anybody for the overshield. They vouch to get the rockets, and what is Gabriel doing? He gets the overshield, and he gets a couple kills, and the rest of GMS is going to be able to push here. Zurka picks up a double kill off of Gabriel's play right there.
Look at Zurka there. Pretty aggressive, challenging there despite no shields. Eventually, he will come all the way back onto the training. And the first 40 seconds of play, we'll see both of these teams staying pretty even here at the 3-kill mark.
Yeah, and a game 5 on Pit Slayer. This is exactly what I love in Halo 3 because it turns into a stalemate. And now it's snipe down with the snipe versus fantasy with the snipe. This is what I wanted to see this series come down to.
Yep.
Who's going to make the play, snipe down or fantasy?
You're already seeing some pretty classic angles there. You saw snipe down sniping from cuts. That's what Fantasy's looking for right there as we actually took a look at exactly where snipe down is. He's rotated just a bit, as you see now here up top with a new angle, trying to see exactly if he can see all the way into his opponent's flag.
Yeah, and how long will this stalemate last? I think it's definitely going to go until the next overshield.
I was going to say,
up.
there's very good chance this stalemate goes until the next overshield because these two teams are going to play so conservative here until things really open up. They do not want to be the first one to make the mistake.
And you know GMS has the exact time on that overshield. Reciprocity might not. That's
true.
That clear seconds come down to it. But what is GMS doing? They're pushing Snipe down who has Snipe. That's a mistake. I can tell you firsthand. Snipe down does get a kill, but he gets a little bit too antsy, and Fantasy's able to trade it out. Not only trade it out, but get a double.
Double as well. I don't understand how with a double long haul push that might have worked out for the guys on GMS, but right now they do have a lead here, 7-4, 8-4. Zurka and Goofy also pick up kills. Overshield coming up any moment now.
And we talked about a stalemate, and Fantasy said, nah, I don't like the stalemate. I'm going to push in Sword. I don't like the overshield drop. He should have had one of his teammates go to it. It looks like GMS might be in favor to get this next overshield as well.
Should be Zurka, yeah. Should be Zurka who gets this. Let's see exact second that it came up. Right there, you see 43. It's a full camo and an 11-7 lead. Now, a good pressure here on this push from the side of GMS. Lots of cut spawners there. Gabriel trying to stay alive. They maintain a 4-kill lead. They know they need to clear out needles. They do it. All is now down. Here's a 5-kill lead. And look at GMS. They're starting to heat up.
Yeah, I love the play from Zurka there. He didn't play to lose. He didn't back up with the overshield. What did he do? He started the push for GMS, and it's going to spiral here. Goofy's able to pick up a double off of Zurka's play. If he can stay alive here, Reciprocity's in trouble.
Waiting for help here. He does have presence on the green, but otherwise alone here on the first BR. 5-kill lead. Goofy thinking about trying to push this, but he knows there's a player there top turret, so going to need to slow it down just a bit. That's going to be sniped down with the sniper rifle in hand.
I love the play by Goofy there not to push that flag. Unfortunately for GMS, Goofy goes down, and Snipe Down finds himself top turret with a sniper. Pistola doing a great job clearing that first BR kill out, and now they're setting up for these rockets that are down in green.
Goofy going to have sniper rifle on the other side. Keep in mind, Pit Slayer and Goofy oh boy, look at that stick coming in from Roy, and it's a double now. 2 players dead, and just like that, Reciprocity not only right back in the match, but rocket control as well. It's a 2-kill game.
Yeah, Snipe Down's actually on Sword Bridge sniping right now. I love the angle. Snipe Down's getting antsy. He wants to push. He wants to be aggressive. He's tired of playing defense and tired of being the passive team. You can tell just by his positioning here, he wants his team to be able to push the training side of the map and him sit in Sword and pick off some kills green and camo. That's
a tough push there for GMS. As you see now, only a 1-kill game. Goofy does have that sniper. Actually, looking, he's right here. Goofy and Snipe Down are right next to each other on the sword ramp. Goofy's forced back as well, so he'll retreat to his own side of the snipe. Keep in mind, that next overshield is going to be pretty soon, about 7 seconds.
43 is when it comes up, and Reciprocity is yet to get an overshield this game, but they're in prime position to get it. You see Pistola down there with the rockets. Zurka tried to make a play for it, but Pistola picks up the kill, and finally Reciprocity is able to get an overshield. Let's see what they can do with it.
Here we go, tied up, 20-20 now. Looks like a good kill there from Goofy as they're starting to slow down this overshield push, but it's great team shot from the side of Reciprocity as they begin to steamroll across the training and into the court.
Yeah, what a push by Roy here. He's going to be able to dictate how the rest of this game goes. I love the plat push here. He knows they're spawning first. He's going to collapse onto him. Put Goofy in the spawn trap.
Look at that.
Unbelievable job by Roy there. He didn't just go top turret and play passive. He's putting the pedal to the metal right now.
The Roy champ breaks out once again. It's a 5-kill lead. Now make it 6 As Snipe Down continues the madness in the court, he's going to pick up another one.
And with a 6-kill lead, you're fine with trading. You're content. That's exactly what you want to see from Snipe Down.
Snipe Down has a sniper rifle as well behind Ola. We got 2 sniper rifles on the same side of the map for the side of Reciprocity and a 5-kill lead next to Overshield. Not for another minute. A body shot on that sniper as well. Goofy trying to stay alive. Roy's going to be the one to finish on Fantasy. Also going head-to-head against Goofy. Goofy's going to win that, but still, you're going to see Reciprocity with a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and I really want to see how Reciprocity chooses to play this. Like, look at Pistola right now. He's not like back turret or sniping camo. He's trying to be aggressive. He's trying to get a pick and then push. I love that out of Reciprocity. I want to see them be aggressive.
Keep an eye on the time bottom right because that next Overshield's coming up real soon, Clutch. Also, don't forget, every game that Reciprocity has won in this series, they've done so by only 1 point. They won their Slayer by 1 kill. They won their Flag by 1 cap. This game is far from over. It's a 4-kill game right now, but with 9 minutes to play, anything could happen. Next Overshield's coming up in about 11 seconds.
Yeah. Reciprocity does have time to go for these new rockets that are dropping and then make a play for the Overshield. I love this out of Lunchbox. It's exactly what you want to do, especially when the Overshield starts to get a little bit later. You want to play for the rockets and then for the Overshield. Unfortunately, he's forced by a sniper to go back towards camo so he doesn't lose the rockets. It looks like Snipe Down burns this Overshield. Yep. That's perfectly fine if you're on Reciprocity. That's what you want because you were able to get the rockets.
It's a big play, though, from the side of GMS as well because they forced that burn. Snipe Down thought for a moment he was going to get that free Overshield. Here we are, all tied up. No Fantasy with a killing spree, and they take the lead. 35-34. It's a huge play to force the burn on that Overshield. If they don't force the burn just now, this score is completely different.
And Fantasy hits another no-scope headshot. Whoever this player for GMS is that just lit the top turret has got to dictate the pace. It's Goofy, and it's Gabriel as well. I mean, GMS has complete control of Reciprocity's base. Reciprocity's in trouble here.
What was just a 4-kill lead for Reciprocity and looked like it was going to be a full Overshield has been completely turned on its head now, 39-35 in favor of GMS.
And Fantasy is going off right now. He's made so many plays. He's allowing his team to push. That body shot, he might not have got that kill, but it allows GMS to continue the pressure that Reciprocity is just trying to get on their feet right now. They're trying to get control of their own side. Fantasy's not allowing that to happen.
Look at this, going to go top turret now. He still has help in the court as well. 43-37. Snipe Down on the receiving end of a team shot. Roy trying desperately to fight from the flag. Are you kidding me? Amazing shots from Fantasy there. Now they're up by 9. Only 4 kills to go before they send Reciprocity to the loser's bracket.
4 kills to go. Reciprocity needs their snipe, but it's burned, and GMS is still in their base.
Look at this now. Zurka flies in. 47-39. Challenging Lunchbox there. Gets the nade off first BR. 48-40. Lunchbox now desperately trying to fight here. Goofy does pick up that kill. 1 kill to go for GMS here as they take a look. Shots coming in. Ola's trapped in the flag. Roy is trapped in the flag, and it's only moments away from that pressure coming in here on the Reciprocity side. Gabriel wants to finish, but he has to live to see another day. That's it. GMS has done it.
What a series out of the GMS squad. Fantasy going 16 kills in Game 5. Those headshots with Snipe were incredible. They really dictated the entire game because that allowed GMS